What's up, everybody? You probably already know, maybe not, but the Liver King is kind of going off the rails a bit. And first and foremost, we pray for him. He has a family, he has a wife and kids, and that's the most important thing. We're praying for him. We're wishing him the best, that he heals and gets through whatever he's going through. We're coming at this though, and the Liver King has been a source of misinformation and I use that word very lightly because it's thrown around a lot, so I use it with precision, right? So the Liver King has been promoting this just really no carb, plants are bad, eat animals, eat testicles, eat raw meat. You get it, right? If you know the Liver King, you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, he clearly was found out to be taking supposedly $10,000 worth of supplements and steroids, anabolic steroids every month. Hugely discredited him because he said he was all natural. I won't go into all that. What we are going to get into is one of the clips that came across, I guess, my attention span, my algorithm was very interesting. And it might not be for the reason you're thinking of. Everyone else is talking about all the other craziness. We're going to talk about how the carnivore diet is not good for long-term health. It's not good, especially for long-term sustainable gut health. And this clip is a candid, personal, he posted this, and again, we're going to pray for him. This is a candid, personal clip that we're going to show and get into it a little bit.
I'm gonna make a quick video to weigh myself right now. In case you didn't know, I take shits on the ground. This is where I lay in the shower. I lay here on the ground. That's my enema bucket. That's my enema bucket right there. And that's what I'm about to do, is I'm gonna try and get a shit worked out. But I'm gonna weigh myself so that it's official.
You can rewind that a little bit. I don't want to play that again. I know it can be, we talk about poops and bowel movements and stool size and color and all that all the time, but maybe for those of you that don't, that might have been a little TMI for sure. But this is very common in the bodybuilder community, in the carnivore community, in the keto community, in any community that's on an extremely low fiber diet, including a standard American diet, which is already extremely low fiber. You are constipated. The Liver King is so constipated, he has to lay on the floor, put an enema. For those that don't know what an enema is, it is basically shooting, sometimes it's water, or I should say sometimes it's coffee enemas, usually it's water, up your rectum to allow the stool to come out. So he's going to try. Just the stress, this doesn't seem like a one-off occurrence. It seems pretty normal. That's kind of his shower area. That's his enema bucket where he basically uses water and allows the shower space to allow his stool to come out of his body, because his motility, his lack of fiber, his overall lack of nutrition does not allow him to take a natural bowel movement. A bowel movement, we've said this in other videos, but a healthy bowel movement is one in which you are not pushing, you are not straining, you literally feel the bowel movement. I need to use the restroom. You sit, and you can sit elevated, put your knees nice and up, squatty potty, great. Or if not, great. If it just comes out naturally, that is your smooth muscle. That is healthy motility coming out. This on top of all the research, and that's why we've been plant-based. That's why we like the plant-based diet. That's why we use the plant-based diet in our private practice. As health professionals, it works for our patients. As researchers, the data, the unbiased data, it's not part of this agenda or anything. The unbiased data is great. And so across the board, plants are amazing. However, if you have gut dysbiosis, if you're having GI issues, you want to run away from the plants. Steaks and butter sticks and bacon seem good because they do not trigger those immediate flares in your gut. However, long term, they're doing more damage. They're doing more harm than good. This is proof. We're seeing, unfortunately, one of the prominent kind of, what do I want to say, I guess, creators or influencers in that side of the wellness space is kind of losing it in a way. While he's losing it, unfortunately, we're also getting a candid peek into his life, which I don't think he would have shared. It was kind of like a oopsie, which a lot of what he's doing is an oopsie, but it gives us a candid look, the truth, the behind the scenes look, and that he's so constipated, he must do an enema in the shower. No one wants to take a number two like that. No one wants to have a bowel movement like that. That is not a healthy bowel movement. That puts you at risk for colon cancer. That puts you at risk for IBS, which he likely already has. That puts him then at a greater risk for Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and basically chronic disease across the board, heart disease, cancers across the board, diabetes, you name it, even though he has a six pack and is super ripped, right? None of that matters if you're not taking a healthy bowel movement. If you want to talk about detox and supplements, which he promotes, his shakes and his pills and all this, none of that matters if you can't do the ultimate daily detox, which is a bowel movement. None of really those supplements matter. They're a drop in the bucket if you're not doing your daily detox, which is passing that stool out of your body. If that stool can't get out of the body, it is retoxifying your body until it comes out. So you want to get it out, and you don't want to use water shot up in the wrong direction. Your body's going in one direction from mouth to anus. It's a beautiful river and it's flowing one direction. If you try to swim upstream, it's not fun. You're going to waste a lot of energy, waste a lot of time. That's not the direction you want to go. And we can get into enemas a whole nother time, but had to comment on this, saw this very important. Don't be fooled by the carnivore movement, the keto movement, ancestral, whatever. There's some good stuff. We've gotten into that before. Yes, we're not here promoting ultra processed plant foods and veggie chips and junk foods, to be quite honest, and hyper processed foods. We are promoting whole plant foods. We're promoting beans, peas, nuts, seeds, vegetables, fruits, right? All of these great plant foods that you should be eating on a daily basis. And if you can't, seek help. If you're having issues saying garlic bloats me, onions bloat me, broccoli and cabbage I can't eat, beans I can't eat, it's not the food. You have to look inward. You have to look at your gut, and we can help you get to the root. Go to maryshealth.com, learn more. Had to comment here. Again, we're sending prayers towards Liver King and his family. We pray he gets well and healthy. Again, part of healthy gut health leads to healthy mental health. So that will help him once he gets his gut right and his mental health right. If you need help, Liver King, go to maryshealth.com. We're happy to work with you and help you, or hopefully someone in your team, friends, family, get you the help that you need. And we're, again, praying for you and wishing you well, because we want to see all families thrive. We want everyone to heal with each meal. All right, until next time, see you later. Bye.